Best way to set yourself up for success in the US DoD's CMMC program is certainly by taking the training. In fact, the training is mandatory. You cannot take the exam associated with the exam without taking the training. There's a lot to memorize, in particular with the CCP course. So you want to participate and be actively involved in the course when you're taking it for the week. Your organization is paying a lot of money for you to be there. Your time is extremely valuable. So get engaged, ask questions. If the instructor talks about something that you're not sure you understand correctly, ask for clarification. And I would say that you want to plan about a 3-week period where you're going to be intensely involved and immersed in the CMMC program. 1 week for the course, and each night you're going to want to review your notes. And then the next 2 weeks after the course, studying every day, 2 to 3 hours a day. And there's an exam blueprint, and the exam blueprint contains all the topics. Use that to determine what you're going to study. In the course, you'll get a course workbook that has all the material. It's over 500 pages long. You don't need to read the entire workbook. What you want to read are the sections of the workbook that contain the topics. So the exam blueprint says, here's the topic we're going to ask you a question about. Here's another topic we're going to ask you a question about. So use the exam blueprint and the topics listed in it as your guide as to what to study. And then go to the course workbook and study those topics. You don't need to go buy a book. Everything you need to be successful in the exam is given to you in the course. The CMMC, the official CMMC material that you study from, the course workbook that you study from, any other documents, any information you need to properly prepare for the exam is given to you in the course. You don't need to go outside of that. People often make this, I'll go buy a book. That's just full of other information that may or may not be covered in the topics and that you don't require. So in the course, we give you everything you need except one thing: time. You need to put in the time. The exam doesn't care how handsome you are, how pretty you are, how much money you have. Okay, it doesn't care about any of those things. Here's the topics. I'm going to ask you questions. Did you answer the question correctly? Now, in my view, you obviously want to get the highest score you can. I'm happy if you get 1 point over the line. You just want to get the certification. And you want to then move on to the next level, your CCA. And then you want to move on to the lead CCA. If you spend the next 6 months from the day you see this video, if you spend the next 6 months, you can get your lead CCA, which is the highest level within the CMMC program. It might take an extra 3 months to get your security certification, your tier 3. But if you follow these simple rules, study from the topic guide, the exam blueprint, study the topics listed in the exam blueprint, study from the materials we give you in the course, and only the materials we give you in the course, and invest the time required to study those topics, you are setting yourself up for success. And you will pass that exam, and you will start a whole new area, a whole new career in the cybersecurity field.